Okay, people! What might you think I'd be doing with white fuzzy stick? White fuzzy stick. These are cheap Walmart Horizon Group USA 25 white fuzzy stick finger pipe cleaners. For those of you that are pipe smokers, you probably know what these babies are. What might we be doing with those? By the way, when you're doing this, you want to definitely go with white. And the reason why is because you may end up doing some cleaning where you need to see some whiteness. Sorry about all the noise. I got to show you some of this. This is some serious goodness. Oh, I know you can't see inside all this plastic, but we got some serious goodness in here. Let's open it up. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got inside the bag, man. Yeah? I'm so very careful with this thing, so very careful. Protecting me with my life. Alright, we're getting there. Hold your horses. Alright, there's actually two pieces here. Oh, can you just imagine for a moment the beauty? I held this together, these three pieces actually together. Can you see the beauty of that powder coat? I mean, it is beautiful. Got tape holding it together so I could take some pictures for Mr. Accidental Broadcast. Got tape all over trying to hold it all together. You know, to be honest, these things are so beautiful with their powder coating that you can hang that sucker up on the wall. Q-tips. You could hang that baby up on the wall and just sit and look at it all day long. Look at that. More Q-tips. Isn't that pretty? That's beautiful, isn't it? Oh, and this is just a very small part, boys and girls. Very small part of the whole thing. Now, when they Q-tip. Look at that. That's the right engine case. Isn't that pretty? And that's gonna be just so pretty. I'm not so sure you're gonna want to go off-road with this thing, but maybe you will. You gotta use it, right? Remember me talking about how there was that bolt in there? Well, they were able to. Look at that. Look at that Lindsay machine, man. You see that? They just fill that in and grind her out, just like grinding. And they did fill it in just a little bit, beefed it up just a little bit so that hopefully that won't go through again. So that bolt is gone. Sorry, Kalani. But when they prep these things for powder coating, for any of you that decide to powder coat your engine bits and bobs, they put it inside of a bead blaster, and they bead blast everything off of it so it's nice and clean. And then they basically wipe down the outside and powder coat that sucker. And the problem is they've got the grit everywhere inside of the engine still. It's all over inside there. So you have to meticulously clean these things. Every single orifice, every single bolt hole, everything has to be spotless. Therefore, we use white pipe cleaners, dish soap, and water. Do not use a solvent. If you use a solvent like brake cleaner or something like that, you're going to dull the finish if it doesn't come off. So you're going to use just soap and water, and you're going to take one of these things and you're going to go through every freaking hole you can find, particularly anywhere that there is oil that goes through. You're going to go ahead and you're going to clean that out with one of these. I'll give you an example. This is the right engine half. Right here is a nozzle that attaches right here. Get out, get. there's a nozzle that goes right here. Get it. And that sprays oil on the back of your piston. I'm not afraid of Rottweilers, by the way. And no offense, you guys that have Rottweilers. I like dogs, you know, but you're not my dog. Anyway, it's going to spray underneath the piston, so you can't have anything, any dirt or anything in there that's going to plug up that little jet thing. So you're going to take this thing, and it's going to take me hours, but I'm going to get in there. I'm going to start working on getting these babies cleaned up because I got bearings in the freezer right now. I'm going to freeze them up. We're going to start getting them bearings back in this here bike. All right. Okay, dudes, listen, we got all the parts cleaned. I'm only showing you a couple here. When you have your powder coated stuff, make sure you spend a lot of time going through every little opening, every little passageway, especially oil, water passageways. All your threads, make sure there's no grit in there. It probably took me 4 hours to clean the cases, but you got to do it, you know, to make sure they're clean so you don't have problems. There's a couple little things I like to do when you're getting ready to install bearings. It's better if you're on a solid surface, but I'm just going to do this so you can see. I just got a big flat plate that I use on my press. I've got a little smaller one up here to kind of support underneath the back of the engine case here. I want this support to be right there for the main bearing. And then I just simply set it up there on a towel like so. And I don't like being in a big hurry, like running, grabbing your bearings out of the freezer and then coming back and then hurrying trying to slam it in. So I just take one of my ice packs that I use for my ailments and injuries, and I just put the bearings all underneath there in order of where they go. And one thing I need to tell you is when you guys are putting stroker cranks in your WR motors, you're going to see on your main bearing that there's a groove. Can you see that cutout right there? Hopefully you can see it. People get confused on which way that bearing goes in there. You always want this grooved outer edge of the bearing to be towards the center of the engine, okay? It doesn't go in where you hide the groove. It comes out where you can see it, okay? And then you simply just you get it as cold as you can. You try to get it as flush in there as you can get it. Maybe you can get it started with your fingers a little bit, which I like to do. I've got it just to use anything you got that can go around the outer race like that, and start smacking her in. Flip it around, look inside. She's down. That's if you don't have a bearing driver. But she's in. Always make sure there's tapping on the outside, not in the inside, so you ruin your bearings. And really closely in here. Yep, she's down. Down tight, boys and girls. So, sorry, I'm a weirdo when it comes to cleaning stuff. I just got to have it like super duper clean, you know. But anyway, that's the first bearing in there for the main. And then I simply set that box aside, and I go to the next one, whichever it is. And might move the case over a little bit. So we want to always make sure that we're right on the flat part of the case, and that this surface around the bearing race on the back side is always well supported. I've got them labeled 1, 2, 3, 4 for where they go in the case. 1, 2, 3, 4. It takes a while. You have to, you know, you can go to what is that called? World of Powersports, worldofpowersports.com. Look up your bike, and when you're replacing bearings, you can look up the part number. And if it's been a while and you can't remember which hole it goes in, you just simply pull up the diagram, and it'll show you. So this one is for the counterweight bearing, and it goes right here like that. Give her a little bit of a start, and then I'm going to see if I happen to have a big enough. I don't quite. So when that happens, And I got to get me out like a socket to go around that baby. It can handle a little bit of abuse. That's good. That's kind of on the outside of the bearing more. That's all right. We got all kinds of sunshine going on in here now. You can see we've got the front counterweight shaft bearing, the main bearing, and the front.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.